top, ayy, hit the floor. Now they wanna know me since I hit the top, ayy.
All dance now.
I make money move.
Miss Vanity.
Yes.
I don't dance now.
I make money move.
I make money moves.
That's it.
Oh.
I don't dance now.
What?
I don't dance now. Mr. Jones, I don't dance now.
You said what?
I don't dance now.
You said dance now?
I make money.
I was there when I needed someone who wasn't getting over you. When I move to the side, when I move, call you mine, and I know what you're feeling.
My favorite reading genre is comic books.
Not bad for a non-math teacher. I challenge all math teachers to try it.
Stick, 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 let it hit. Stick, 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 let it hit. Stick, 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 let it hit. My blicky up on the dresser. My blicky up in the trunk. Can't believe the blood ain't on my shirt. Because he got hit close range. We be talking stick talk, we be talking bricks too. We be talking lick talk. And I ain't got no manners for no sluts. I'ma put my thumb in. Now get low, get low, get low, get low.
Go to work, make it twerk. I'm a dog, I'm a flirt. Throw it back, make it clap. If you scared, go to church. Her neck, her back, she a star. Her milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Watch Nina, watch Chrissy get low. Watch Dutchess do the splits, touch her toes. She gon' drop it down, then pick it up slow.
Now back to our regular scheduled advisory programming.
You can't tell how someone feels just by looking at them or what they share online. To the outside world, our lives may look perfect, even if in reality they aren't. I'm always worrying about doing well at school, and with the end of year test coming up, I'm not sure how much longer I can cope. My thoughts swarm around my head, sometimes keeping me up all night. Some days it's just all too much, and I feel like I'm lost in space. When I did badly on one of my tests, I just about kept it together until I got home. Then I broke down crying in front of my mum. She listened for a bit, and then she told me that, just like physical health, we all have mental health. It's our feelings, our thinking, our emotions, and our moods. She then said that feeling down, angry, and stressed is a normal part of life. Just like it's normal to feel happy, confident, and carefree sometimes. We all have positive and negative emotions that come and go based on what's happening around us. These are everyday feelings. Good mental health means experiencing negative emotions. It's not always about being happy. Mum can relate to the feelings of stress. So when Mum suggested I take a break from everything and do something I enjoy, I actually took her advice. So I made myself a hot chocolate, snuggled up in a duvet and watched a film. And you know what? Afterwards I felt so much better. Mum should take her own advice.
Most of us only ever share the good things. We don't like to share how we really feel. Every morning when I wake up, negative thoughts stream through my head. Getting out of bed and pretending I'm okay takes all the energy I have. As the day goes on, the negative thoughts turn from a stream into a river. The water rushes through my head so loudly it's hard to concentrate in lessons. And some days it's so bad it feels like a waterfall that's trying to pull me over the edge. Everything is so overwhelming. I didn't think my friends would understand if I told them how down I was feeling. But when Sasha opened up to me about how stressed she was feeling, I told her. I wasn't sure how to bring up how I'd been feeling, so I started by saying that I didn't feel like myself. Just her listening made me feel like she understood. She told me some things that had helped her, so I tried them too, but it didn't make much of a difference. Even when I tried to be around my friends, I felt alone. The things I used to enjoy weren't fun anymore.
I was really worried about Andre and not sure what to do. He was quiet and wasn't hanging out with us like he used to. So I asked our head of year for some advice. He suggested I get Andre to speak to him since his negative feelings weren't going away.
I didn't want to speak to our head of year, but I also didn't want to keep feeling so down, so I went. He said that sometimes we have overwhelming feelings that can be more intense than our everyday feelings. These feelings hang around for a long time and change the way we feel, think, and behave. They can stop us doing what we want to in life. That's what I was going through. He also said that if we're physically unwell, we let people know, we ask for help. It should be no different with mental health. Sometimes our overwhelming feelings are brought on because of things in our life. Sometimes they happen for no reason at all. After hearing this, I felt much less alone and it felt good to talk. Scientists have found exercise can help when you're feeling low, so our head of year encouraged me to sign up to the school football club, which Sasha was already in. I still have days when the river is there, but now I'm beginning to understand my mental health. I'm learning how to cope. Our head of year reminded me that my friends, family, teachers, and lots of others at school are there to help just as much as he is. I had no idea the people around me could be so understanding. And while it's not always easy to talk about my mental health, the person I'm talking to might be able to help. If you don't feel like talking, that's fine. You could try writing, sports, reading, art, music, playing with your pet, whatever makes you feel better.
If you're the person someone talks to when they're struggling, just listen with no pressure or judgments. You don't have to have the answer. If you feel unsure about anything, you can speak to a trusted adult. Talking about mental health doesn't have to be difficult. After all, it's something we all have.
Good morning, Jets. Principal Strickland here with your Wednesday word. So our word today will be more informational than motivational this week, so please listen up. I do want to quickly revisit the topic from last week please make sure you check your friend circle. Make sure that the people that you're around are being positive. They're supporting you with making good choices. They're pushing you to be the best you can be. Also, make sure you are handling your hygiene on a daily basis. And if you're in need of supplies or support, please see Miss Bannerman. And be kind. Be nice. It does not kill or cost anyone to be nice and kind. And I think as we're winding down the school year, we have all these competing priorities and tension. But the one thing that we all need to step back and do is be kind. Be respectful, be supportive, because everybody is going through something. And you don't know how a kind word, a kind gesture will really help out someone. And that goes right along with the message about mental health. If you're not feeling like yourself, or you're struggling in any way, or you just have some questions, please reach out to our Systems of Care team. And those people are, we have our 2 school counselors. We have Mr. Y and we have Mr. Hawkins. We have 3 school social workers. We have Miss Wright, Miss Harvey, and Miss Proctor. We also have a school psychologist, Miss Matthews, and you can also reach out to Miss Bannerman, as well as your teachers. So at any point where you're not just feeling like yourself, or you feel like you have something going on and you really need to speak to someone, please, please, please reach out. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we need to be taking care of not only our bodies, but taking care of our minds as well. All right, next thing, end of the year testing. So I talked about it last week. You got your data sheets, you know what your goals are, but I want to hit on a few key points. So remember, and this is for everybody, 8th grade, 7th grade, 6th grade, people leaving hard, whatever it is, the data from this assessment, that's your reading inventory and your iReady math, will be used to determine what classes you're in for next school year. So when you go off to high school, they're going to group you by your scores. And so if you want to be pushed, if you want to be challenged, please make sure you're striving for that proficient and advanced level. And so for here at Hart Middle School, how we're going to use that data is that will determine if you will be a part of our accelerated program. So AVID is going to look a little bit differently next year, where it's not just going to be students are going to self-select to be an AVID. But because our students are taking accelerated math, and the accelerated math class is algebra, accelerated 7, and accelerated 6th grade, you have to meet a certain score in order to be placed in our accelerated cohort. Y'all got that? So that's a big change. That's a very big change. So in order to be placed in our accelerated cohort for next school year, you have to meet a certain score. So it's going to be extremely important, ladies and gentlemen, that you focus and you do well on the test, especially if you want to be in our accelerated program. So no, that's not going to be the only way you get into the accelerated program. If your score is not exactly where we need to be, but your teacher recommends you, then that is how you will get into our accelerated program for next school year. So like I said, AVID is going to look a little bit differently next year, and that is going to be a requirement. We're going to be looking at those iReady math scores. All right. And then, of course, don't forget, we have an incentive. If you meet your math goal and your reading goal, this is your end of the year goal, not your middle of the year goal, then you will get to participate in our end of the year field trip for free. For free. For free. So please make sure you, next week, when you start taking these assessments, that you really take the time, that you practice, that you are enhancing your vocabulary by reading. You should be reading a book or reading something every single day, not reading social media. But those things are going to be important with improving your academic scores. All right, so that's end of the year testing. Now, time to shift into a conversation as it relates to next school year. First, my 8th grade friends, time is winding down, and it's very, very important that we get you all prepared for next year. So for those of you who have already enrolled in your high school for next year, high five, congratulations, excited for you. You know exactly where you're going and your parent has handled the business. So you have a form in front of you. It has the name of the school that we know that you enrolled in for next school year, as well as a couple of reflection questions that we want you to be able to answer to better support us as well as to better support you. So complete those questions on the form that your advisory teacher passed out that has your name on it. Now, my 8th grade friends, if it says not enrolled, that means that your enrollment has not been accepted at whatever high school you are going to, or you haven't completed the enrollment at all. And so it's very important, as soon as possible, let's say by this Friday, your parent needs to enroll you in your high school. If you're going to Ballou, they still have to enroll you at Ballou. If you're moving out of state or going somewhere else, your parent has to let Miss Daly know, because if not, your records are going to go to Ballou High School. So 8th graders, it's very important that we know where you're going for next year and that your parent officially completes the enrollment or withdrawal for next school year. So that's for my 8th grade friends. Got it? All right. Now, next group of people. Those of you 6th and 7th graders who are not returning to Hart Middle School next year because you're moving, because you want to try something different, we wish you all the best for next year. We love you. We were so glad that we were a part of your educational journey, and we wish you the best. So we want you to complete these 3 reflection questions to help us, to give us feedback for next school year, and to give advice for our upcoming, incoming students. All right. Now, my 6th and 7th graders who have already completed their enrollment, yes, and got it done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now it's time for you to select your classes for next year. And I just want to add, I'm excited. We are enhancing how we do electives next school year. So listen up. And we have a few new electives for next year. So one of the new classes that we're adding for our students who are currently 7th, who are rising to the 8th grade, you all are my rising 8th graders, we are adding a medical careers class. And you're probably like, what is that? So in this class, you will be learning forensic science. You will be learning about nursing, becoming a doctor, becoming a surgeon. You will become first aid and safety trained so that you can be a sports manager. So if you have any interest in the medical field, especially all of our students who participated in HOSA, this class is for you. So if you're interested in medicine at all or learning more about it, please sign up for our medical careers class. Also, new class that we are adding a STEM class that's going to focus on robotics, coding, and gaming. So if you're interested in that class, please select that for your elective. So that's one of our new electives for next year as well. Also, we are adding a class, a humanities class. So that's going to focus on social justice, public speaking, student government, all of our social studies, competitions. So like GeoPlunge, National History Day, all of those things will take place in that humanities class. And so if you're interested in that class, make sure you sign up, as well as all of our other electives. So let me explain how electives are going to look like next year. So everybody is going to take PE all year long, every other day. Everybody, unless you are taking our full year performance dance class. All right. So y'all know PE is already done. Everybody has PE. Now, because we wanted to give you all a lot of variety, we heard your feedback. Several of you all wanted to change your electives in the middle of the year because you wanted to try something different. All of our elective courses will have 9-week options. So what does that mean? That means you can take digital art for 9 weeks. Then you can take visual art for 9 weeks. Then you can take fashion for 9 weeks. Or you can take medical careers for 9 weeks. So we have 4 9 weeks in a school year. 4. And you get to choose 2 additional ones. And you're probably saying, why do I only get to choose 2 if they're 4? Well, everyone, because we are moving to our school-wide AVID model, and AVID is not about advancement. AVID is about preparing students for high school and college. And ladies and gentlemen, we are ready. You all academically have demonstrated that we need to start having more conversations about college and career and high school and getting you ready. So a part of that preparedness journey is everyone is going to take 9 weeks of Spanish, because it's important for you all to learn a foreign language. Everyone is taking 9 weeks of Spanish, and everyone will be taking 9 weeks of our AVID elective class. And in that AVID elective class, that's when you'll be learning your organizational skills. We will have guest speakers and field trips, and you'll do everything that you need to do to get you ready to start making those decisions about high school, college, and career. Y'all got it? All right, so everybody's going to be taking 9 weeks of Spanish, 9 weeks of AVID, and then you get to choose the other 2 9 weeks. So you can choose 2 things. You can choose digital art and art, or digital art and music, or fashion design and medical careers, or you can stay in that same class for the rest of the semester. So if you know the only thing that you like is art, that means you're going to take art for a semester. Or the only thing you want to do is digital art, you're going to select digital art. Or the only thing you want to do is STEM, you're going to select STEM. So that is how you complete the course selection form. So we need you to complete that now, because that's how we're going to build our schedule for next year. And for those of you who've already completed your enrollment form, you get first choice of what you want for your electives. Y'all got it? See, that is the privilege of handling your business when it's done. All right, so now, my friends who have not completed their enrollment forms for next year, it's not too late. We have to get that done. For those of you who you're not coming to Hart Middle School, please don't write on that form, I'm not returning to Hart. This is the school that I'm going to. And please, please, please make sure your parent moves swiftly with getting you enrolled in your school for next year, because we have a very long waiting list, and I can't let any students in until I know where everyone is going. Now, for those of you who know you're coming back and your parent hasn't filled out the form, make sure you complete your course selection sheet so that we can get your first choice with your electives. So y'all got it? We got a lot to do. So right now, everyone should be filling out the sheet that's in front of them. It should say their name, their grade, their homeroom, and their enrollment status. My 8th grade friends and my friends who are leaving Hart, you are kind of going to complete the reflection questions. And for those of you, my 6th and 7th graders who are returning for next year, or plan to return, or don't know, but you're going to just fill out the form, fill out your elective request sheet. All right, that's all I have. That was a lot. So have a wonderful Wednesday.
All right, Jets, the time has come to choose your elective courses for next year. Now, things will be a little different next year than they are this year. Next year, you will be taking electives for 9 weeks and then switching to a new elective. So that opens up the table for you. What are the classes that you wanted to try? Keep that in mind and then select them right here, right now. Be sure to turn this into your advisory teacher so that we can get it scheduled.
It's time for some general announcements.
All right, Jets, the countdown is on, and we officially have this many days left until our summer vacation. I would like to see you all here every one of these school days, and it should be your goal to pass your iReady and reading inventory goals for this school year. Also, this Thursday, the Tracking and Supporting Reading Workshop will be happening at our Parent Cafe. So let your parents know that this will be going on, and it is an event you don't want to miss. As you should already be following and subscribe to all of our social media platforms. We are at Heart DCPS on every single platform. These are our announcements for today. I will see you guys again on Friday with more content. Bye.